What's up, Panda dudes? Peter from Panda here. Hey, just got myself a watch. This one's from Crownarch. I'm excited to show it to you, and I think you should be excited too, just in case. There's some good news for you at the end. Like I said, got this from Crownarch. Now, I'm not totally sure that's how you pronounce it, because it might be Crownarch. No, I'm pretty sure it's Crownarch. Anyway, even the logo has an arch. And it comes in this little box here. I feel like it's kind of like a fiber wood or something, but it's painted in black. It's kind of nice, piano hinge there. So you get this this watch box, and I'm going to show it to you here. Boom! Wow, it's pretty nice. I haven't taken a look at this yet. It has this kind of gray microfiber lining here. Little silica gel there, which you should not eat per its instructions. And then you have the watch here, right, in all its glory. A little bit of fuzz and dust on it from the microfiber liner. And here it is. It is a chronograph. I believe this one is called their Chrono-S2. It's a men's watch. And sorry for a little dust here, but don't let that weigh on you. Have a little blue plastic on the pushers here. That'll come off, I believe. But just want to show you this thing because I thought they looked pretty nice. I mean, I think all of their watches look pretty nice. In fact, you know, they have a little bit of this modern minimalist style, not unlike a lot of the Shinolas, you know, a little bit of a vintage style here, but something about them is just a little bit different. So first of all, let's give you some specs. 43 millimeters. I think that's a great size for a watch. You know, it's not too big, not too small. I know there's actually a little bit of a pendulum shift right now to smaller watches, but I really still think kind of in that low mid 40s is really a perfect size for me personally. This one is called the Silver Chronograph, and that's because it has like a polished silver case, which is a little dish shaped here. You can see how it kind of rolls underneath here, which I really like. It makes them super comfortable, not unlike my Arnold and Son and some others. And then screw on back here, but really smooth. I mean, it feels good to the touch. Little bezel right there, and then a flat crystal right here. Flat, I think a mineral crystal, so you can see it's pretty flush with the case. And then you have this really beautiful, silky, and really nice feeling mesh strap. In fact, this is one of the better mesh straps. I like how mesh straps feel. I like how they look. Kind of feel like chainmail to me or something, but this one is just so smooth. It's polished, it moves really easily, it seems to have a lot of undulation in it, so it should wrap around your wrist. Kind of a Milanese type thing. Crownarch etched, laser etched, looks like on the deployment clasp here. And one of these cool deployment clasps that hook first, and you hook it on that little bar and then you snap it shut there. These have been around a long time, as long as I can remember deployment clasps being around. And then to slide this up and down, you just use like a little screwdriver and pry this little flap up, and that will allow this piece to move up and down the strap. You'll also see that there are some slight indentations on the band right there, where this little detent will lock into those places, so you don't have to worry about it riding up and down and sliding around. And then the end is capped off here very nicely. Now let's see if they positioned it for moi, for my big chunky wrist. Oh yeah, it looks like it's going to work out really nicely. Boom. So I have, you know, pretty average. I mean, I could maybe a larger than average wrist, 7.5, 7-inch wrist. I like wearing my watches a little loose. I'd probably actually keep it right where it's at. And so nice looking. Like I said, the thing I like about this is it's modern. It doesn't try too hard to be badass, but it's not too blingy. You know, the polished silver is always something that's going to stand out a little bit and shine in people's faces a little bit. But this Milanese like band on it, you know, that's going to be a little shiny too, but it's, you know, it's almost not as blingy as kind of a really heavy bracelet with a lot of polish on it too. And obviously it's going to be much thinner and in many ways much more comfortable. But I think just a classic good look to it, right? I mean, with a little bit of retro flair. I mean, I think, you know, it's a very round case. It has almost like welded on style lugs. the band here is a really good fit, 22 millimeters, so you can replace that. It looks like just spring bar holding it in there. And, you know, a simple dial, but elegant. Obviously, long, slender hour markers applied to the dial there. Looks like the minutes are screen printed onto the dial. You have very much a reflective sheen, kind of a metallic sheen to the dial itself. Over here where it says Crownarch and Chronograph, you know, that's raised up in silver, which is really nice. The subdials at the noon and 6 o'clock position, quite elegant. The color is exactly the same, and in fact they have a little bit of that machined look themselves, and so it's kind of nice because you don't have a bunch of different textures, but they do stand out obviously on their own. Those subdials have their own hands, which look like blued steel. So what we have are, for the main hour and minute hands, kind of polished, very slender polished silver, and then for the hands on the subdials as well as the second hand, you have basically like a blued steel. It might be a little hard to see there. I gotta catch the light right for you, but just really nice, man. I love blue. Blue's my favorite color, and there's just something about blued watch parts, whether they're screws, hands, etc. I love them. You've seen them on my other watches. When I have it, I get all gushy. And so, should be a chronograph. Oh, so the chronograph is right up here, and because this is a Japanese, I think it's a Hattori VD51 movement. I know what a lot of people are going to say. They're going to be like, oh, the chrono hand doesn't line up perfectly. I think, especially on these quartz movements, you can make some adjustments on those. I don't know exactly on the Hattori movements how that's done, but generally what you do is you pull out the crown as far as you can, and then you use these to adjust forward and backwards for the different hands. So interesting here is this ticking seconds hand is actually the seconds hand. This is often the chrono hand, the stopwatch hand, but the chronograph subdial is at the top here. So if I hit it, it gets to 5 seconds. If I hit the bottom, I'm not sure if it'll split. 3, 4, 5, and then hit it. Yeah, it looks like it splits too. And so then you can hit it there to stop it, and sweeps all the way around to restart. And then down here, this subdial, again, a little hard to see here, but it looks like it should count off with the stopwatch another 60 minutes, so you can time up to an hour. Date window right here at the 3 o'clock position in white, surrounded by a little white frame, painted on frame there. And small crown, but knurled coin edge on it. So let's go ahead and just pull it out. Obviously not a screw down crown. And the first position looks like it's the time set, hacking seconds, which is pretty nice. And I don't think I missed any positions there either. Oh no, I did. So you're right on the initial pull. There is a date setting. So I just went way beyond it. Really minute changes obviously on the pull there. So you have that second position, first. Oh man, it's gonna be hard to. You're gonna have to play with it to get it on that date. It's gonna have to be really ginger. The last thing that I think is really interesting about this that I wanted to throw out there is that if you look here, it has kind of like a white plastic, I don't know, outer chapter ring. It's like a vertical ring, but it kind of gives it a little bit of personality, I think. You know, normally I'm like, oh, I want everything to look like it's metal. I kind of want it to look like it's milled out of a solid piece, but I actually really like that. I think it's kind of a nice feature that gives the dial a little bit more personality and depth, to be honest. And I've never really seen it, you know, where it's kind of in this white like this. You know, sometimes I know people put like a little bit of an orange or yellow or even blue, but I kind of like it in this kind of white color. And it also shows how deeply set that dial is into the case. It's almost like a top-loaded case design. So pretty cool. I actually thought maybe it was even luminescent, but it does not appear to be. So Just a really nice, handsome looking watch. Feels great. It's not very big, but it has nice weight without being overly heavy, so it feels like a nice watch because there's some density to it. Pretty impressed with it overall. Like I said, it fits me great, and this would be a great watch for daily wearing, and it would probably work great in a variety of environments. So I really like it, and I hope you like it too. And in that celebration of this 43 millimeter, 10 millimeter thickness watch, let's give this bad boy away to one of you pan dudes out there in the panda world, and let's give this away on the week that it's Victoria Day and National Patriots Day for my Canadian friends, which is going to be the week of May 22nd. So let's give it away that Saturday, May 27th, 2017. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and then comment below what the country that you live in, USA or Canada. And you know, since we're celebrating Canadian holidays, obviously we'll include our Canadian friends in that, and give it away on the 27th. So just comment anything you like, put the country that you live in the comments, so that when my random comment picker picks the winner, I can verify that you live in one of the eligible countries. I'll reach out to you and get this to you so that you can put this very nice looking, very nice feeling, and really good deal of a watch on your wrist. I'm going to put a link to their website in the description so that if you like this watch or want to check out some of their other color combinations, you absolutely can pick it up. I think you can't go wrong. Beautiful, modern, contemporary, minimalist with a little bit, a hint of a throwback kind of heritage design from Crownarch. Just a really fantastic watch and a good value for money. Peter Von Panda, out.